Chris Kavanaugh.
A couple of guys who played college ball at Denver doing battle at the stripe here. Alec Stathakis, class of 24. T.D. Ierlan, class of 21. And we are off and running on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here in San Diego. Thanks for hanging with us for some Saturday night lacrosse, becoming a fun weekly tradition here in the PLL.
No surprise there, 3-on-3 ground ball. Who comes up with the Courier?
One of the all-timers in terms of ground balls by a short stick player.
Ierlan realizes what the heck is going on.
Jake Taylor is Chevy Chase in Caddyshack. No. He's got a sixth sense for where the goal is. And he's been great as a rookie. He was the first pick of the
percent. By far the worst in the league last year. Struggles from distance, tends to play a very high arc, does Dylan Ward.
So Romar Dennis was 0 for 12 shooting overall, 0 for 8 from two-point range this summer. Didn't take him long to get himself going, feeding off the hometown California crowd. Another face-off win for Philly. McCardle slips. This is a grass surface. And we played 2 games yesterday here at Torero. He's now 18 for 122 on two-point shot attempts. He's second in goals with those 18. Only Mike Chanachuk has more, and first in attempts with 122 since 2019.
Very much an outlier in the way he's got to be played because of that success. So the defense has to pick him up at 20 yards, basically, and it opens up the defense.
That's assist number 16 this summer for Michael Sowers. No one else in the league has more than 11. Stathakis, the face-off win for Philadelphia as they trail 3-2 late first quarter. Redwoods playing in their second game of the weekend, lost to the Outlaws yesterday. See how their legs hold up in this sun. Bouncer for 2.
4 corners, and if it's a good shot, it's going to go.
It's a difficult angle, too, especially on the run.
You know, early in the shot clock, though, it's no big deal. If he puts that wide, there's still plenty of time to operate. So it's kind of a low-pressure shot.
Redwoods get their 10 out there.
9. Yeah, 5v5 here. But if you go there, you better tell the posse behind you that they got to cover your back and everybody's got to rotate behind you. But it looked like a rogue slide by the center defensive midi, and it was really costly.
Chris Collins, the defensive coordinator for the Redwoods, telling his defense, do less. You're 5v5.
Feet forward to try to make himself as big as possible, like a hockey goalie, but couldn't keep up with the shot. Kavanaugh's release, I spent time with him on Thursday.
So for the Redwoods, it's 4 points in 35 seconds.
Could be a record. Could be a record.
Joe Keegan, get on that. Dana's on the field with Romar, who's having a breakout game.
Romar, you're having a day in your home state. How does it feel out there?
Scarpello's first of the year, third of his career. But, you know, you look at the scoreboard, that's the difference the two-point arc makes. Both these teams have scored 4 times, but the Redwoods lead by 3.
Game 3, 2 assists. Last week, 1 assist. So it's gone down each and every week. After the first 2 games of the season, he was like the runaway MVP candidate.
After the Courier ground ball on the face-off.
They got 7 points on 16 shots.
Bill Tierney booming from the sideline, saying he moved, no violation called, but Stathakis won it anyway. Coach T is with Dana on the field.
Coach Tierney, I don't have to tell.
16 shots.
Bill Tierney booming from the sideline, saying he moved, no violation called, but Stathakis won it anyway. Coach T is with Dana on the field.
Coach Tierney, I don't have to tell you how.
You know, Sowers has got so many assists. You know, he's got 3 of the top 4 in terms of kind of passer to shooter combos.
There's Courier, 2 in a row for the Waterdogs, and just like that, they've tied this game up. It took them 47 seconds after halftime.
Alec Stathakis has been dominant at the face-off stripe, but he owes a lot of that to his wings. Courier, a fantastic wing play, 5 ground balls so far, and this is where he is so lethal. He picks up the loose ball off the wing, and then he's off to the races. I'm trying to talk about Sowers' shooter combos. It's like, wait a second, Courier's got the ball. He's flying at the net.
Oh. Deal with that trail check from B.J. Farrar. Defense a little slow to respect Courier. They stay on the point man, and he manages to maintain possession through that trail check.
And back to the Sowers point, he's got 4 goals to McConvey, 4 to McCardle, and 3 to Jake Taylor coming into today. So you think of like quarterback to wide receiver kind of connections.
Favorite targets.
Yes, Sowers he's got 3 of the top 4.
Low to high.
How do you think that's going to go over in the Bill Tierney film session this week on Zoom?
Stathakis with the edge on Ierlan, 12-3. He's called for the hold here. That's a violation. He won't be able to take the next one. So Redwoods set up in that 32-second shot clock off the faceoff.
Digest for non-lacrosse fans, and then sanctioning to all these nations across the globe, like the 80 nations that now play lacrosse, which allows funding and the growth of the game in places like England and Australia, the African nations, China. To me, those are the 2 significant benefits of Olympic lacrosse.
Yeah, don't forget about Japan, who's made significant strides over the last decade plus. Then here,
role definition has been critical for Josh. They keep his role simple.
Josh, time was not on your side there. How'd you find net?
You just kind of got to drive to the cage, get above GLE, and find any angle.
And out, so you don't waste time in your subs game.
Courier's taking the face-off for the Waterdogs.
That's big.
Ierlan wins it.
What clutch easily done by Ierlan.
So now if you're California, you want to try to use as much of this clock.
Yeah, you're in the 32 here, so it's not going to kill the entire quarter.
Get it down to
Yale alum and benefactor of that Yale lacrosse program, but also very instrumental in world lacrosse and growing this game globally, growing the game to places like Hong Kong, Japan, there's the new African nations, and all throughout Europe.
big energy on that Redwoods sideline. It's California ball, and it's massive because the Waterdogs still have a minute left on that power play. California can take that down to about 10 seconds if they use this entire possession.
Which they should.
The best isolation dodging middies in this league. But there's times that he's spraying it and can't hit the side of a barn. That wasn't one of those times. That was scary. But this is danger time for California. Last night, 11-10 game spiraled out of control against Nation.
Stathakis has a 15-6 edge against T.D. Ierlan, one of the best to ever do it. Ierlan pops it free toward that two-point arc, scooped up by Sam English coming in off the wing.
When you win it back,